eventually I got like, he's not helping with anything. I'm working longer, harder. So eventually I got like, no, I'm just gonna move his dishes, get my water, and leave it for him. You know, like he would mix all the laundry together. I'd pick mine out, do it, leave his. You know, because he wasn't helping with anything. And then eventually we got divorced, and I was happy and I was free. But like, you know, and I didn't even initiate the divorce, but I was acting outside of his expectations, and he was a Latino man. So
Well, cultural is a
it
big
was
deal.
culturally, like I was this rebel, but I was just trying to be myself, you know?
And sorry to interrupt you, one of the things that worked in my marriage is that we put conditions of living together since the beginning. So that was the first tool that I taught my wife, like, let's put condition, and we review it every 2-3 years, and until today, it's good, but it's no surprise, like, since the beginning, I said, this is the type of job that I do. Sometimes I answer the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I need to leave the house. And she goes, okay, and we talk. So my family, like, her sister, somebody to ask her, how do you know that he's working? What about if he's going to cheat on you? So because they say, like, what do you mean that I will leave at 2 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, sometimes I leave at 1 or 2 in the morning to work. That's what I do for a living. But it was no surprise for her or for me. We just like, okay, we talk about all that. I love the box. I love that box.
And when you're in the drift, I think the way to end the drift is to become the creator. You know, become the creator. Historically, Ade's family is entrepreneur, artists. Historically, my family is education. It's not, are you going to college? It's which college? And with Celeste, it was Ade and I. Because he was not pro-education at that time, and I'm pro-education. So if without it in the background, without knowing the baggage that you're bringing, and we didn't know the baggage we were bringing until we had that breakdown, and then it can be resolved. He won out with Celeste. I went out with them today. Questions,
But
comments?
it's formal education, you understood the institution of education.
Yeah. And then what happened, I went out. He went and got another degree. So, but
So did you win out, or did the institution or the baggage win out?
what?
So you said that you won out with Desiree.
Because she came from my family, what college?
So the institution won out,
Yes.
not you as a creative.
But me as the person bringing that institution forward.
Yeah.
So that's a good question, because the way you're leading is, where does the creator come in, rather than pushing the institution, the belief system? Where does the creator actually begin? Because otherwise it just looks like we're pushing our agenda on somebody. And that's just another agenda for them to pick up and run with. We can enroll them in our agenda. So we haven't really done anything for anybody. Because they just moved from the A train to the number 1 train. And now they think they're safe or whatever. But in terms of thinking for themselves, the choices that they make, that hasn't occurred.
And that's why we, in this work, we're giving them tools to create their own observer. We're not telling them what to observe. We're telling them to observe if it's working for you or if it's not working for you. And, you know, I now in the courses and in that your job really is to be happy and feel great an hour later. You know, I worked with some kids, they said, when I punched you in the face, I felt good. How did you feel an hour later? When I ate that, I felt good. When I drank that, I felt great. How did you feel an hour later? When I stole that from the store, I got away with it, I felt good. How did you feel an hour later? Let's see if I'm complete. So we talked about no morality and integrity. Just know we live in a right, wrong, bad, good system. And creation, and we create through our, the conditions we get to say. And it has to be all right with you if another calls you a heretic.
Yeah.
If another calls you a heretic or
A freak,
a freak,
outsider.
an outsider, a loser, because all they're saying is you're outside of my box. That's all they're saying.
My family calls me a weirdo. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, all they're saying is you're outside of my box, and I can't. You're outside. That's all they're saying. And you, without any shame or guilt, say yes, I am.
I used to be called black sheep.
I'm the white sheep. But they don't say that anymore. They say, this is my aunt that thinks a different way and has a great life. That's what they said at Thanksgiving. One niece was saying, that's my weirdo aunt, and the other niece corrected her. My way out aunt, and the other one said, told her. But yeah, so if you have shame and guilt, you can't say, yes, you're right.
If you have shame and guilt.
About being the way,
About being the way I am.
outsider,
Yeah.
being outside the box. If you have shame or guilt, you can't say, yes, you're right. You'll get your feelings hurt.
No, that I'm not quite following.
So if he calls me a heretic, and she calls me a weirdo, and you call me a freak,
Outsider.
an outsider, and you call me a loser, and I'm doing something outside, and if I don't know, if I don't accept that I'm doing that, when I accept I'm doing that, I go, yes, you're right. I am outside your box. If I'm trying to stay in the box,
Okay.
and then I'm doing this thing called sneaking,
Yeah.
then in the sneaking comes shame and guilt. And then when you say you are da-da-da-da-da, I just got caught. I feel shame and guilt, and I feel bad because I've been sneaking. So next time they tell you your way out or whatever, you go, oh, yeah, I am. Anytime y'all want to come, go way out with me, I'll take you there. You got it? Yeah.
Always I answer, work for us, work for me.
I remember what I liked about the training. Would you look at it? What I liked about the S training, when Werner would say, everything we're gonna give you, let it fall in your lap. Just know that when you stand up, anything you don't wanna keep, leave it in your lap and it'll fall away.
I always say I try to hold everything on the palm of my open hand. So I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this. Hold it like that.
Possibility of all possibilities.
So anyone in here feel have a sense of shame and guilt for doing this work? That people point at you in your life and see you as a weirdo or outsider, loser, or what you say? One of those. So that you have to, sneak and
Heretic.
sneak and be about this work like that. People in your family, I'm asking people in your coworkers, people, your friends, and they see you, you know, it's like, yeah, they should go, there you go again. Or have these kinds of conversations with people. It's happening to me all the time. When people say something, I come with a whole nother way of looking at it, and they just look at me and roll their eyes, you know, like, there you go again. I did, you know, like. Did that happen for you?
Yeah.
This reminds me of, I'm trying to remember what you said. You said, how do you feel when you start doing things like outside of the box? And I said free, but then you're like, no, and then everyone was like, and I was like, oh yeah, guilt and shame. But it was when you first start doing things outside the box. So then I had to go back, 2008, when I first started I was scared shitless, man. Like, but then over years, like, I get more comfortable in my own skin, and then the freedom comes, and now I'm not worried about being an outsider. It doesn't get to me too often. I mean, maybe every once in a while, but when I first started, oh yeah, terror, absolute terror.
And for me, that in certain people that I really care about, when I entered in one of the last places that I worked, great intention, the people I worked with, really good people, and it became chaos for them. Like they're like, why is everything so chaotic? I'm like, in my world, I'm like, everything's on path to reordering, to creating everything we wanted. But for them, they were sharing like they would come and approach me and share me about breakdowns they were having every day, and it was like, and this is the process, and we no longer use this report because that no longer works. We're using an advanced order report for us to get what we said we wanted to accomplish. And just it was very disruptive, you could say that. And I remember one of my close friends, the vice president of the company, came to me and said, there's a lot of chaos. And I said, it's not occurring for me, this is chaos. We're marching to a beat of a different drum now, we're going in a different direction. The direction we said we wanted to go. And it created a lot of anxiety for him, to where we both agreed that I shouldn't work there anymore. And I said, this isn't working. It seems like I'm pushing this agenda and you're fighting for that agenda, even though you said you wanted this agenda. And I said, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want you to be in disharmony. Maybe now's not the time. And he goes, maybe now's not. I said, then let's call it done. And so that's when I left. But it was odd, because I was like, wow, this works in all these other arenas and all these other environments, but in this particular environment, it wasn't working. And to talk about it or distinguish it, some identity, right, wrong stuff was happening.
Okay, how about? Thank you. I'd like you to start AMing.
Yeah. Okay.
He knows how to do it.
Okay.
Great. Can I sit here?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I don't feel like moving this.
No, it's fine.
I want you to start with the music.
Okay.
You have to understand how has led or co-led or observed me leading at least 25 courses.
At least. You did 3 times a year.
3 times a year.
They did 2.
But sometimes we only did 2 a year, so that's why I said 2.
Sometimes, yeah, you cut some. Some things.
Yeah, just.
How's everybody doing?
Great.
Everybody good? Alright, so we're gonna start next lesson. I wanna ask you, how many of you like music? How many of you like to dance? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna write some stuff here. I wanna ask you, what do you guys like to dance first?
Cumbia.
Cumbia, I like cumbia. Patty.
Excuse me. If I could describe for him, he's not
Okay, good, thank you.
a I know. Could describe.
I like have fun with describing it.
You want to do it?
I will do it.
Okay.
I will do it. Because I need more participants.
Okay.
But I don't, I'm just gonna have fun with that.
He's gonna make up his own spelling.
It's just a spelling thing, but it's okay. All right, so you say cumbia.
Cumbia.
All right, Patty.
Line dance.
Patty dance.
Moshi.
What is mashing?
Moshi, like heavy metal dancing. It's a certain mosh.
Mosh.
That's mashing?
Mosh.
That's a new word, always I learn. Mash.
Okay.
Got it. A day, what you like to dance? You raise your hand? Merengue, you're good at it. You mean salsa. Okay, okay. So now, do I
Oh, I
open the
can
radio?
change it now. Pole dancing.
Woo! Alright, so how many, I know that today we have our iPads and our iPhone, our computer and everything, and but in the old times, something, but in the old days, how many of you remember radio? Or how many of you think, whether your parents listen to radio? Okay, and then in the radio, we have two bands. Which one are they? Do you guys remember what is the name of the band?
It's a band.
Is the band is the name? Band, yeah. That you choose either.
We don't use that term really anymore, right?
No, but do you guys hear your parents like I put it in what or what?
No, when you get in the car.
When you get in the car, right in the radio, is that right?
Two bands.
Yeah. Did somebody know where the band is? That's one. Yeah, that's correct.
10 a.m.
That's correct. Give me 1 second. Time. Okay. I need a red light.
You say bands, they're gonna think about crazy bands. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, I know. Okay, so we have FM, and somebody said
There you go.
AM. All right. So now,
Serious.
so now I'm gonna ask you if you tell me what radio station and what kind of music. So you say that you like cumbias, all right, and you say that you like
Line dance.
line dancing, and you say that you like moshing, and merengue, and salsa. So do you know where can you find that music that you love and you like it? Where do you find it if you turn up the radio? If somebody knows, give me a
100.3 Radio Romántica.
100.3 Radio Romántica. And what music you heard? Cumbia. Okay.
I have no idea.
You have no idea. What music you said?
Line
Yes,
dancing.
line dance.
Line dancing. Did somebody know?
But
It's-
it's really R&B.
Yeah.
Which line dancing? R&B line dancing or country line dancing?
Not a country line dance.
Okay.
Okay.
So what station is that?
It's well in Phoenix is 95.3. I know that one.
So let's put that one.
I know that one, and it's country. Yeah. Okay.
So Moshi is live 105.3.
105.3, and it's mashing.
Yeah, Moshi.
It's like a machine.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I got it. It's like a machine, but mashing, mushroom. I was mushroom, mushroom.
Oh,
It's
it's
O.
O.
Okay, mushroom. I don't care. That's the same. I don't care. Okay. Yes. 79.9, and that's merengue. Okay. Salsa
What's the station?
with guacamole, and that's another salsa. Guacamole.
What's the pole dancing?
Salsa is the pole dancing. It's 69.69. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, let's move on. Okay, okay, let's go back to the stop. Okay. Now it's okay. 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 So let's go back to the room. Hold it. Okay, now, any other type of music do you guys like?
Yeah.
I like bachata.
Like walls.
Did somebody like rock?
Walls.
Okay, waltz.
Classical.
94.2.
94.2 waltz. I don't know how to spell it, but it's
Hip-hop.
okay. Hip hop.
I think
16.3.
Classic rock.
Pop.
Classic, I like that one. Give me 1 second, one at a time, please. Classic rock, you said?
Mm-hmm.
What station?
What station is that?
94.5.
90.45. Okay, we have cumbia, we have country, we have mushrooms, we have merengue, we have salsa, we have bachata, we have waltz, we have hip hop. Doesn't it spell like that? Hip hop, right?
Pop, hip hop.
Hip hop like that.
H-O-P.
H.
No, that's right.
Is that correct? No?
Now put H-O-P.
Hip-hop.
H-O-P.
Yes.
Hip hop.
Hip hop. Okay, so hip hop. Okay. Same thing. Hip hop. Same thing. Classic rock. Okay, I want everybody to look at the board. I want for a second, everybody look at the board. Everybody look at the board. Do we miss any other type of music?
Yeah.
Yes.
Calypso.
Calypso. What is?
Okay, put Caribbean. Or reggae.
Oh, reggae. Okay.
Reggae.
You need to,
Hollywood.
guys. Remember, I'm Mexican. If you don't tell me a little bit more, I don't know about that. So, reggae. Reggaeton. Reggae. Reggae. What is the station, man?
104.4.
104.4.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
All right, that's good. So now, do you want me to go to the demonstration? Okay, so now, I want that somebody. I need a volunteer. Who wants to be my volunteer? One at a time. You don't even know for what. What are you gonna volunteer to? Wash my car? You don't even know why. So let me tell you why I need a volunteer. Thank you, Dickie, for your participation. So let me tell you first why do I want a volunteer. I want a volunteer to demonstrate how to do dance days. All right. So we're gonna put a little bit of music, and you're gonna show me if you like cumbia, like Bonnie, and country, and mushrooms, and merengue, and you're gonna do a little bit. You don't have to do a whole performance, just a little bit of that, all right? So,
Who's gonna volunteer?
who wants to volunteer first? But do we have music? How do
Which one?
we just
Gotta sing.
okay,
No.
a little bit. Okay, Bonnie, you wanna volunteer? Thank you very much. Please stand up. We're gonna do cumbia. Get ready, everybody go. I help you. Okay, that's enough. Everybody give me a hand for Bonnie. Excellent. I like it. All right. Who wants to volunteer country? Daddy?
In
Or
this
pick one.
case, you could pick different people, or one person could do as many as they can. Okay? I'm just telling you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Which one you wanna? Tell me anyone. I don't care. I really don't care.
I'll do classic rock.
Classic rock. Okay. You can sing it and or dance it. Okay. Look at that. Wow. Vámonos. Yeah. Woo. That's a country. It's classic. Okay. Everyone give me your applause for Daddy. That was fantastic. Mr. Dick, pick one. You can choose your mushroom or something else. I really don't care. Just we need a little bit of
We'll do reggae.
reggae.
Okay.
Please
Reggae.
stand up.
Reggae. This is a little kind of
Let's go.
skater. It's a little-
Vámonos. Woo. Wow, look at that. Wow. Run, Forrest, run. Excellent. Give me your hand for Nick. Excellent. I thought I could sprint all the way. All the way to Phoenix. Vámonos.
Great for Michael Jackson.
Like, oh yeah, he's getting ready for some Michael Jackson moves. He couldn't do that yesterday. It just thanks to YouTube videos, man. I like it. Mr. Melendez, a waltz. Okay, that's the waltz. Look at that, elegant. Wow.
Wow.
Joseph, and get out of the box. Okay, sit down. Okay, yeah, excellent. Give me your hand for that, please. You wanna do some salsa? Allow me.
Okay.
Allow me.
Okay.
Hold on. We're gonna do a little bit of salsa. Imagine to that. That's the way to do it. Let's go. I don't know what I want to do. We have the music. Look at that. Look at that. Woo! And just so you can clap, please. Thank you very much. That's salsa. Woo! All right. So now, if we put in the radio this music, what will happen if I change it and I put the AM? Can I find this in the AM band? No. So what can we find in this band?
All the boring stuff,
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Bonnie. So give me an example. What is the boring stuff?
like where people talk a lot.
Okay.
News.
Okay, so let me write. News. What else we can find this?
Sports.
Sports. Yes.
Weather.
Weather. Don't tell me weather. Spell it out.
E.
Don't tell me where. There. Weather. What else we can find in AM? Give me 1 second. Somebody else?
Traffic.
Traffic.
Yeah.
When I don't know spelling, I'm gonna just do.
Is that a dog?
Those are cars.
It's a car. It's a Mexican car. Yes.
Talk shows.
Talk shows. Anybody else? Excellent. That's good. We have some
Disney.
Disney. That's true. And we have some religion message.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Religious.
That's right.
Religious. Amen. I don't know. Okay. Anybody else?
Amen.
I just. Okay. So now, did you guys know what specific band is that? So we have. Do you know what?
10-10.
10-10 is what? Oh, that's a sports.
News.
That's news. Okay. 10-10. 660. What is that?
Sports.
Sports. Yeah.
880.
6. What? Give me 1 second, senor.
660.
60.
Yeah. 60.
60
Yeah.
60,000. I don't care. What else? I don't know.
880. 880.
880.
Yeah.
What about talk shows? What? 880? Oh, it's 818. Okay, well, that's another traffic. That is the traffic in Spanish. And then in English it's 880. I know that. Don't make fun of me. Don't be like that. I know. It's English, it's Spanish. Okay, go. Talk show. Somebody else. What is talk show?
11:30.
11:30. Disney is 1612.
Oh, Catholic Radio 1260.
What?
1260.
All right, that's enough. Okay. So now I need only one volunteer to demonstrate this. So I need only one volunteer. Who wants to help me right here? We're gonna demonstrate this. Any volunteer? One at a time, don't fight. Excellent. Dick, Patty? Okay, go, Patty. So please stand right here, please, Patty. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna pick, I'm gonna be in FM in the radio, and then you're gonna start just doing your dance, and then suddenly you push the button and we're gonna switch to AM and you have to demonstrate any of these stations. You got that?
I don't know the dances.
Okay, you have to demonstrate. Can you just demonstrate it?
Make up any.
Just demonstrate. So let's start with an FM.
What do you do when you listen to
What do you do when you are here? You're gonna be dancing, and then you're gonna just do. What do you do if I switch it to 10-10 news? Okay. All right. So let's go to whatever you dance. Whatever you're dancing. Tell us again. Waltz.
I can do waltz.
You can do
I can
waltz?
waltz.
Okay.
I said waltz because that's 50 stuff.
Waltz. It's another.
Waltz.
Waltz is what I said. It's the name of a song. Waltz. Okay. That's waltz.
Mhm.
So come on and do this. Okay. Okay. Ready? I switch.
No, what do you
What you do? You do the same what they do. When you listen to this, what you do.
Oh, what do I do?
Uh-huh.
When you hear Wall Street
That's good.
dance.
That's excellent.
Okay.
Keep demonstrating. You're doing great. Keep it up. Don't laugh. You're doing good. Excellent. Good job. So give me a hand for Patty, please. Thank you, Patty. Okay, so what is the big difference between this and this? After you saw Patty demonstrate, what is the big difference? Somebody tell me. What can you do here that you don't do here?
Dance.
Okay, all right, thank you, Bunny. So dance.
question, what determines the dance? Say that question.
Okay, what determines the dance?
The music.
Excellent. So if we have so you said that, say that again, Bunny?
The type of music?
Okay, so the music. So if the music gives the dance, is that correct?
Yeah.
So if I listen to bachata, what I'm gonna dance? That's right, right. So if I listen to mushrooms, what I'm gonna dance?
Mushroom.
That's correct. So, so how will be if you listen to ballet or romantic music? Can I dance rock?
Yeah. No.
No, right? Because if I listen to rock, I have to dance rock. Can everybody see that? Okay. So if we have music to dance, what will
Now you
determine?
say, by now you know we're not talking about it.
Oh yeah. So at this point, you know that we're not talking about dancing, right? And music and all that. We're talking about life.
Okay, so
Do I put the first word here? No.
you look out.
Look up.
No.
See, I heard it. Okay. All right. Bonnie,
Yes.
you just move your heart. You did something like this. Do I do the time, guys? Why you did it? Okay. So, why are you doing that? What are you doing? Tell me what are you doing?
I was just like pulling on my hair.
Okay, so if you hear pulling your hair, what has to come before that? No.
Let me see. Oh, well. Okay. I'm gonna walk you through it.
Okay.
I think we have to say something.
About
This
the
is where
action.
the Walkman came in. I got it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we say, okay, so you're pulling your hair. Let me do the first one, then you do the second one.
Good.
Okay, so you're pulling your hair. So we're saying pulling your hair is like a dance.
Mhm.
It's like a dance.
Like
That's the
doing a
thing.
dance.
It's like doing the dance. You wanna do it like that? Okay. And so what determines the dance?
The music.
So we're saying you're listening to something that has you then move your hair. You have to say something. Say something.